I'm campaigning to be a circuit court judge in the Second Judicial Circuit, which is one level up from the position that I hold now. Magistrate judges preside over misdemeanor criminal cases and civil cases involving less than $12,000. I'm running to be elected to a circuit court judgeship, which is the position that handles most of the criminal and civil cases. There are 2 vacancies. Every 8 years, the citizens of South Dakota get to elect or re-elect their judges. This year, 2 of our judges here in the Second Circuit, 2 very good judges, are retiring, and I've been encouraged to run for one of those positions, and so I'm going to try to appeal to the voters and ask them to promote me from magistrate to circuit judge. I've been a magistrate judge for 7 years, so just about every single day I'm in court presiding over court hearings. Before that, I was a practicing trial attorney here in Minnehaha County, so I've spent most of my career in court. I have a great deal of experience. I think that I'm the most experienced candidate for the position that I'm running for. I'm the only candidate who has judicial experience, who's wore a robe, who's been in court, who's presided over cases. I've settled disputes, I've presided over trials. In addition to that, when I was a lawyer, I practiced in front of most of the judges here in this circuit. I practiced in front of juries, made arguments in front of juries. I appeared in front of the South Dakota Supreme Court on a couple of occasions and argued cases in front of them. My experience, I think, is the biggest thing that distinguishes me from the other people who are running. None of the other people have ever been judges, and certainly not for 7 years like I have. I grew up on a farm in northeast South Dakota. My father farms. It's the farm that's been handed down for 4 generations. And so I grew up working on the farm with my father and with my grandfather. Every morning I had to get up and do chores. Every night when I got home from school, I had responsibilities that I had to fulfill. I was taught at a very young age that getting work done when work needs to be done and doing it the right way is the most important thing. Other things can wait, but every day you have to do your work, and I really believe in that. I come to work every day ready to sit down and do the things that need to be done, because my job here is to serve the public. I work for the people. They bring their disputes into my courtroom, and I listen to their arguments and I listen to their evidence, and then I apply the law that the legislature has established and to settle their disputes and resolve their problems. And I take that very seriously. It's an important job. And I know growing up on the farm that even when it's really difficult, I still have to take it seriously. I can't take shortcuts. I believe in fairness in my courtroom. Every person who comes into my courtroom, I insist that they are all on a level playing field. Nobody has more influence because they have more money or because they know more important people or because they have a better job. When people come into my courtroom, the only thing that matters is what the evidence is and what the law is. So I live in a very diverse neighborhood. My children go to a public school that is very diverse, and it's very important to my family that my children understand that just because people talk differently or look differently from them, that they're people who need to be respected and treated with dignity. Of course, working in a courthouse, I see people from everywhere, from every part of the town, from every part of the community, Native Americans and Hispanics and African Americans and whites and immigrants and people whose families have been here for hundreds of years. I see people from every walk of life in my courtroom. And it's not just racial diversity, it's economic diversity. I preside over a lot of cases involving people who don't have very much money, and I preside over cases involving people who have a great deal of money. Everybody in my courtroom gets treated the same. That's very important to me. As an attorney, I worked at the Public Defender's Office for 6 years. At that time, I represented people that the courts would send to me who needed a lawyer, and it didn't matter what color they were or what background they came from. They were all entitled to zealous representation, and they received that from me. Regardless of whether people vote for me, it's time to register to vote if you haven't. There's a primary on June 3rd. There are 3 of us running for the position that I'm running for. I hope that people will vote for me, but regardless of whether they vote for me or one of my opponents, I hope that people will vote, because it's really a wonderful thing that people are able to influence their government and select the people who can serve them and select the people to represent them. And so I would really encourage people to hurry up and go and register to vote if they haven't, and to keep in mind that on June 3rd we have a primary election. And to vote, make sure that you vote in that primary election. Then that primary election will select the people who will actually be the candidates in November. But this is an important time, and again, I can't emphasize enough how important it is that people take advantage of the opportunity to decide who they want to have serving them and who they want to have representing them, because it's really a wonderful opportunity and it's a wonderful thing, and I'm very appreciative of the fact that we have that here in this country, and so I hope people will take advantage of it.
We will continue with more after this.